So what we're going to do tonight is, for those that have not gone to this before, this is where we're going to hold May 1 and 2. That's a Friday and a Saturday. It's in Richmond, Virginia. This is the second time we're at the Delta Hotel, and it worked out pretty well last time. I think they've made some improvements. Ashley, when you get to speak, maybe you just want to talk about just a little bit, because we got a lot to cover tonight on maybe some of the things that they did to the hotel since last year. At least I thought they made some improvements. So it was good. So those who were there last year, appreciate you coming, and those that haven't, it's gonna be a good time. All right. Let me introduce before you go, I'm going to introduce one of our assistant RRFCs, Al DeLucia. Al, so if you on mute and you want to take it from here and go over this, I would appreciate it.
Okay, Bernie, thanks. So for those of you who attended last year, this is going to look pretty similar. And for those of you who didn't attend, this is just a little information that you need to know before you go. So the registration closes on the 10th. If you have not registered, please make sure you do, and please make sure you encourage anybody that you think should be there. If you're a DRFC and your DGN maybe hasn't, or your public image person, or maybe your DMC hasn't registered, encourage them to be there, because it's a great facility for combined learning and networking, and the type of information that is shared not only in the facilitation rooms and learning rooms, but also outside. Make sure they book a hotel room. You have to do that separately. You can do that up until the 17th. You get there on Thursday. There's going to be check-in at 3 p.m. There will be a reception in the bar area. Casual attire reception will be from 5 to 7. There's also a little restaurant in that area where the bar is that you can eat. But a lot of people went out. There are restaurants within walking distance of the hotel. So the weather will probably be pretty nice. Unless it's raining, it'll be fairly warm in Richmond that time of year, hopefully. And so if you want to go to one of the local restaurants, there's a lot of them right within walking distance, or there is a little restaurant right there where the bar is. But Thursday dinner will be on your own. Friday morning, breakfast is on your own. If you get to the event in the morning, you can check in between 8 and 9, and our first session will start at 9 a.m., and that will be led by Cindy Kish, who is the Zone 32 Rotary Membership Coordinator. Bernie, next slide, please. Friday at noon, that will be lunch, and our second general session, our keynote will be Andrew, is it Schonenman? Is that how you pronounce his last name, Bernie?
I'd have to ask Ashley. Ashley, can you?
Ashley, is it Schonenman?
Yes, you got it right.
Thank you. From the University of Virginia in Charlottesville, his social worker and professor. And then 5:30 to 6:30, there will be a cash bar reception right there. 6:30 will be dinner and our third general session. And that keynote for that third general session will be Rotary Foundation trustee and vice chair of the Rotary Foundation, Greg Pod. I'm sure that's going to be very, very interesting. And then 7:45 to 9 p.m., there'll be hospitality and friendship, which is optional. But I would strongly encourage that. And then on Saturday morning, 8 a.m., there will be a breakfast and the general session number 4. And the keynote will be Rotary International Director-elect Marshall Butler from Zone 34. And then there will be a joint learning session Saturday morning. And then that event will end at 11 a.m. And we will be out of the hotel shortly after 11 o'clock. All of the learning sessions are Rotary casual. And there is the link to the website to register for the event and any information that you need. And then there's a separate registration for the hotel registration. So that's all I've got, Bernie, on know before you go.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Al. What I forgot to mention up front was I'm going to make this PowerPoint. You don't have to take notes if you don't want to. I'm going to make the PowerPoint available. It's being recorded, so I'll have a link to the recording if you wanted to go back, but specifically the PowerPoint, because there's a lot of good information in this, and I'll make sure everybody gets. I know you're tired of my emails already, but I'll send one more tomorrow as a follow-up to this, and it'll have those attachments. You do want to make note of the website there at the bottom, the Rotary Zones 3334.org. Z33 seminar. That's where you go if you want to book a room or register. So, okay. This is what's happening on Saturday between 9 and 10:45. We're trying something different this year. It's called a district collaboration time, facilitated group session. And I asked Ashley to come and talk about it for us. So, Ashley, over to you.
Perfect. Thanks, Bernie. And hello, everyone. So, as Bernie mentioned, the hotel is undergoing some renovations. So you're going to notice a lot of new furniture, some new paint. They haven't gotten to all of the guest rooms. They promised me by the next time we're there, all the guest rooms will be done. But again, it was a great hotel. They've just freshened it up a bit, and we are excited to be back there at the Delta again. So as we mentioned in our group meeting a few months ago, we really want to start walking the walk in terms of not working in silos, right? We know that membership, foundation, and public image don't do well when we work in silos, that collaboration is super key. And so we really are trying to make a shift this year at the end of the session and really take time to bring everyone together. So we love that most of the DG lines are coming. We have the DMCs, the DRFCs, the DPICs, the DPPCs, like all those lovely acronyms. But we really don't give everyone the opportunity before they leave to pull that together. So that is what we are going to do on Saturday morning. This is a facilitated group session. Every district will have a table assigned to them, and everyone's going to have a placemat at that seat. And the goal over the hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes we have together is to really have everyone walk through and share with their district mates, what did they learn? What did they pick up? What surprised them? Like, what were they most excited about? Like, what kind of teased out of their brain during all those lovely Friday sessions? How do those things connect with what clubs need, right? What issues we're seeing at the club level, what challenges we're seeing, where some people are maybe using some of these tactics, experiences, etc., to thrive, and then really focus in on those club needs and challenges and to figure out how we all can work together at the district level to align and kind of create a plan forward. So the hope is that everyone will leave with like 2 or 3 strategies of how they can, in their position, whether they're a DGE or a DPIC or a DMC or whatever, how they can use their role to help align with their other colleagues on addressing some of these challenges. By no means does this replace other district kind of strategic planning and grouping that they're doing together, but we don't want people to leave without having that opportunity. So the good news is you guys are basically free for this session. I know some of you hold important district roles. So if that is the case, I encourage you to sit at your district table, be part of that conversation, right? You're going to have the zone and the district perspective. That is great. The 3 of us will kind of be working the room and, giving prompts, and we'll have some share out opportunities, but I really encourage you to hop in. If you don't have a district role, I mean, you can still sit with your district if you'd like, or we can have an extra zone table available for everyone. But again, it's really about having everyone, they're soaking up, they're learning, they're connecting. How do we align that so then they can act when they get back to their districts? So the hope is that, it's less of a fire hose that Friday is, and it's that final brain time of when they can synthesize and bring it all together with their colleagues in other roles throughout their district. So that's the plan. Again, it's our first time doing it. We're going to see how it goes. Hopefully people enjoy that time to kind of decompress with their districts and really focus in what's challenging their district. There are a lot of commonalities across the clubs. We know districts also have unique challenges and strengths as well. We want to give everyone time to do that. So that's what that final session is going to be. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
we're not going to do this regularly here tonight, but if you have, because Ashley has to leave, but if you have any questions right now of that particular session for Ashley, please go ahead, unmute and ask them. Ralph.
Ashley, understand your intention. Do you see any fidelity in potentially capturing best practices or ideas from all of the locations and then sharing them with other locations?
Um, yeah, so we'll have a little bit, there'll be a lot of talking within the tables, but we'll also have some share out moments where we'll ask districts to share out to the group. One thing I haven't thought of, but now that you just mentioned that, we could use like Mentimeter and other ways to use the screen in the room to kind of more crowdsource more answers than just a few that want to talk. So let me think through how that could work, because that'll incorporate more sharing amongst the rooms and the tables as well. Is that what you were thinking? Something like that, Ralph?
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of ideas generated. There's going to be a lot of good ideas that, all districts could benefit from it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I love that idea. Thank you, Ralph.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, great. Ashley, thank you so much for hopping on tonight.
You're
Really
very welcome.
Really appreciate it. Ashley has done so much. She handles, I can't tell you all the stuff she handles. And thank God she does. She handles all the stuff with the hotel. She handles the registrations, badges, everything. So thank you for all you do, Ashley.
Yeah, happy to do it. I'll see you
Okay.
in Richmond.
Okay, see ya. All right. This is a very busy slide, but we're not gonna spend much time on it. But what I wanted to show you is these are just the foundation sessions. So can you see my cursor? Can you all see it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have two rooms for the foundation. We have the Capitol room and we have the Rockets Landing room. The breakout sessions, there's 5. So I'm not going to go through them here because that's what we're going to do the rest of the night is just go through these. But so we have 5 breakout sessions. And over here in the Capitol room, concurrently, they run concurrently with these sessions. We have 4 workshop sessions. So in planning for this, I'm assuming we're gonna have the district governor line, at least some. We're gonna have DRFCs and maybe some others, polio chair, maybe a Paul Harris Society chair, other foundation people from your district. You need to spend a little bit of time planning how you cover these things, because these are going to run together, polio and the reports, and the same with this. So this shows you the concurrency. We're going to go over this in the first session, which I'm going to go over next slide. But I just wanted to give you a feel for the 9 sessions that we're doing, 5 breakouts and 4 workshops. And we finish up at 4:20 on Friday afternoon. Okay, you saw just briefly the schedule. So our first one is our breakout 1. And we are very, very fortunate to have with us, as mentioned before, the vice chair of the Rotary Foundation, Greg Pod. And he is amazing. If you've ever heard him do a presentation or seen it, he really does an amazing job. This is his 4th and final year as a trustee. So he will be done June 30. But it will be interesting because I'm sure he's got some pretty interesting stories to tell. And we're gonna try and prod that a little bit. So the agenda for the first breakout session is to welcome our Vice Chair Greg, and to mute whoever's
Robin's still with us. No, Robin's not there.
hello. Wait, let me see if I can do this. I can do it. The power of being a host. Amazing. Okay. So I'm going to ask Greg, and this is the other thing I wanted to mention. As we go through these, not everything is cast in concrete here tonight, especially this particular session. If you have some ideas or whatever you want to share them, that's fine. We can't do it as we go, but put them in the chat. So I'm going to ask them to do a trustee update. And then we're going to get to a point where when he does that, then I'm going to open it up to Q&A. Effectively ask Greg anything. And I'm sure with 4 years as a trustee, he's got some pretty good institutional knowledge of what goes on with the foundation. We're going to have a discussion on the theme, creating lasting impact, and what does that mean for everybody. I know myself, I have a lot of different ideas of what creating lasting impact means. So we're going to have a discussion, a facilitated discussion, and get some ideas out there, maybe cultivate some more ideas. And then I'm going to ask everybody that's in attendance what their expectations are for the seminar. And we're going to take note of that and come back and kind of, I hate the term circle back, but at some point we will look at those, and hopefully we've met your expectations for this particular seminar. And then we're going to introduce our foundation team and just go over the foundation sessions once again, the logistics of moving from room to room and things like that. So that really is the first session. The second session, and I'm going to do all the breakouts first, and then we'll go over and we'll do the workshops. So I'm going to introduce, I know Nancy's not here, but Colleen, EPNC Colleen Bonadonna. So Colleen, take it away.
All right, thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, Nancy is on a plane right now. So you just get me. But all right, so thank you. So we're going to be talking about fundraising for polio, because obviously we still need to be doing a lot of that. So we're going to make it from sea to mountaintop and everything in between, making polio fundraising. Next. So we've got from District 7710, I believe, Polio Plunge. We're going to be listening about Polio Plunge to see how they do that. Pints for Polio. Chris Justice was just up at Mount Kilimanjaro, and he took one of our Polio and Polio Now flags there. So he's going to talk about how what he did and how that all transpired. So what we're doing is, what will you do to help eradicate polio? Next. So basically, you're going to hear from clubs that are making an impact with polio, what works, making a big splash to end polio, and then, of course, seeing things from the top, from Mount Kilimanjaro. Virtual fundraising, we're going to talk about virtual fundraising, how to execute in plans, but also we have over, I think we have about 175 different ideas that we have written down. And what we're going to do is we're just going to have it on a QR code so people can just take that and run with it to give all different types of ideas. Because if you're not doing polio fundraising, we're not going to make the $1,500 goal, which is the Jennifer Jones's goal, is for every single club to hit $1,500 donation to the Polio Plus. And that's what we're going to be doing. That's going to take up 45 minutes or 50 minutes.
Okay. Okay. The emphasis I'm getting the emphasis is on fundraising for polio.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you, Colleen.
Thank you.
All right. Breakout number 3. This is the endowment creating Rotary legacies. And I'm not sure who's the spokesperson. Is Lori, is that you? Or is it Stephen?
Steven,
Is it
Steven's
Stephen?
here.
Oh, there
Steven,
he is. He
talk
wasn't here
about
before.
it.
Okay, well, our incoming endowment major gift advisor, Stephen Beer, is going to handle this particular session. So, Stephen, welcome, and are you ready?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Bernie. Yeah, Lori and John and I will be running the session, and we're going to talk about how your major gifts and endowment strategy fits in with your overall foundation giving campaign, why it's important, and how it'll help you meet your goals for the year. We'll work with you to show you how to identify potential new major givers and people making major bequests, and we'll tell you what the benefits are for those potential donors for doing that. So what does Rotary Foundation do for that? And then we'll work with you, show you how to do strategies to create major gifts and bequests in your district. then what we want to do is a lot of, when you're working on annual fund and other aspects of foundation giving, it's pretty much you're broadcasting to clubs, you're broadcasting to a large group of individuals at the same time. The work on legacy giving and major gifts, it's a lot of that's, and most of it's one-on-one with potential donors. So we'll talk to you. We want to set up time to talk to you on your district strategy when you have other time while we're in Richmond. So if you're working on a legacy event, we can help you get started or help you move forward, progress your campaign further. We'll speak to you about strategies for your district, and you can tell us what you want to do and how we can help you out. And then if individuals want one-on-one time with Lori or John or even me to talk about their will or legacy for Rotary or or making a gift and meeting your needs to fill your financial and planning needs and things like that. So, and we'll set out something so you can schedule the time for informal talks. I'll turn it back to you, Bernie.
Okay. I just want to say Stephen's moving away from being an assistant RRFC and he's moving into the endowment major gift advisor position. We all wish him the best. Be nice to him, call him, ask him questions, and make him feel wanted. Stephen, we want you to be the best EMGA you can possibly be.
Thank you, Bernie.
Okay, good. All right, breakout number 4, opportunities for DGEs, DGNs, DGNDs, DRFCs, everybody. Al DeLucia and Paul Walter. Al, are you doing this one?
Yeah, I'll chime in, and I'm sure Paul might have a few things he'd like to add too. So
Let me just, I forgot to say this. Paul Walter is incoming. He's going to be a brand new ARRFC. So when you get a chance, welcome Paul also. Yeah, back to you, Al.
Okay, thanks, Bernie. Yeah, welcome, Paul, and congratulations, Stephen. I'm sure you're going to do a great job in the new role. Just a couple of things that Paul and I are going to go over in this session. Opportunities for the DGEs, DGNs, the DGNDs, and hopefully they're there, and the DRFCs. You're going to talk to them about a couple of things. Number one, the importance of building their team now. If they should have already started, but definitely the emphasis on getting their team in place now for the year and years to come. Number two, about setting their goals, having some specific goals for the annual fund for Polio Plus, things like the potential of increasing the number of Paul Harris Society members, Polio Plus Society members, major gifts. Knowing the reports, that's going to be going over in detail with another session, but want to make sure that they realize how important the reports are, especially the rainbow reports. Planning their events during the year, because the year goes by very, very quickly. But their district grants, World Polio Day, Foundation Month, district foundation events, legacy campaigns, things like that. And then communication between the DRFCs, the foundation team, and the district governor line, and how important that is, not just in this year, but in future years. And then also making sure, as Ashley said, that you've got the DPICs involved too, so that we're not operating in silos, that all three legs of the stool, the Rotary Foundation, membership, and public image are working together in the district. Paul, you have a few things to add to that?
I don't know that I could have said it any better. I think you've done a great job and a great summary.
Okay, so that will be our session.
Wow,
Thanks, Bernie.
Paul has nothing to say. Is that what I'm getting here?
I'll have some things to say, but
Oh
Al
my,
does a great job. I'm learning from him.
fantastic. Al, thank you, Paul. Thank you for getting together to do this. This should be a very interesting session. Good planning session for the incoming district leadership. All right, next, breakout number 5, reaching out the possibilities. I got to admit, this is we are reaching out a little bit on this one. We're going to try something a little different. And you can see we have quite a team here. We got Lori Menzel, a major gift officer, Geetha, an ARRFC. We have Ann Evans, a major gift initiative advisor. We have John Teisch, a major gift officer, and you've already heard from Stephen, our new incoming endowment major gift advisor. So who is the spokesperson here? Lori, is it you?
That would be me.
Okay. All right. So take it
Okay.
away, Lori.
All right. Thanks, Bernie. Yeah, this kind of came out of some brainstorming at we still call it CPETS for Chesapeake Pets, but with Bernie, myself, and Geetha Jairam. And just thinking about different ways that maybe we can engage Rotarians and non-Rotarians in the fundraising area and also in innovations. That's kind of really, especially for Geetha, one of the themes that we're looking at this. And so we're going to kind of break this session into two. Geetha is working with several Rotarians who especially work with Rotaractors. Stephen is looking at to see if we can get some Rotaractors from District 7600 in the session and just kind of brainstorm with them in the session. What are maybe their thoughts about the Rotary Foundation? And because they're just starting out with district grants and global grants, what are some of the things that they can add to some of our fundraising strategies, and maybe how can we maybe innovate, how we reach people, how we cultivate or steward our donors. And so we're going to kind of look at that side first. And then the other part of the session is going to be, Ann Evans is going to lead us in that part where looking at what are the other organizations, many maybe non-Rotarian or non-Rotary organizations that maybe we can partner with with global grants, or what are the programs or the projects we're doing that maybe we can really scale up things if we collaborate together. So it's going to be more interactive. We really want to just kind of talk about this and open the floor up to say, okay, how maybe you've already done something like that and you want to come and bring that idea and information. But people are always saying, well, how can we fundraise not just to each other, but outside of Rotary? So this is kind of why we're doing this, and we want to also interact with our youth, with our Rotaractors, and bring them into the conversation. Back to you, Bernie.
Okay. Thank you. So this is kind of like this is a work in progress, but I think we're reaching out for some different areas that we don't normally associate with the foundation. We're always talking to Rotarians. Well, now we're going to reach out to Rotaractors and some entrepreneurs and people outside of Rotary. So this should be a very, very interesting session. So thank you, Lori. Appreciate that. All right. Now we get into the workshop session. So this is going to be, I've combined workshop 1 and 2 because they're both dealing with reports. So there's 2 sessions on reports. Reports part 1, reports part 2. And it's our annual giving officer, Katie, and our ARRFC, Lloyd Navarro. So who's this? Katie, are you doing this?
Yes, I am.
All right, Katie, it's over to you.
Thank you. Believe it or not, Lloyd is also on an airplane right now, and so that's why he's not here. Sounds like I'm making it up, but true facts. Okay, so this year we're doing 2 training sessions and encouraging our members to bring your laptops. You can follow along and do the reports with us so that you're not just watching us click, click, click. You can also look and see if you have questions yourself. If you have any issues, we can help you on site. Next slide, please. Bernie, thank you. Excellent. And so this is what we're going to be covering during the different sessions to help you plan your time and schedule. During the first session, we're going to be talking about the Rainbow Report, which is important for everybody. The Beach Donor Report, everybody can pull And then the the third and fourth reports we'll be discussing are available only to district governor chain and the DRFCs. So if the DRFCs and DGs and DGEs, DGN, whoever's here, are available, we encourage you to come to this session. The second session, these are other reports that we think are important and will be useful to leaders throughout the Rotary year. And we encourage anybody who's interested to join us. The fundraising analysis for the district and club are some of the most popular reports that we talk about at all events. And so next slide, please, Bernie. Finally, if there is a report that you want to talk about that wasn't on the list or you have a general question, I'm going to be available to do office hours on the second floor of the hotel, kind of outside the Capitol meeting space. And so you can use the QR code to pick a time to schedule with me if you want to enjoy breakfast or the time before dinner. I'd be happy to talk to you. And if you have an issue with the QR code, which I think I tested it lots of times, can also
I tested it.
yeah, follow the link that's in the bottom of my emails, and you can choose the session for office hours at this event. And so like I'm available, Lloyd will be available as well for as much as he can be. And we'd love to chat with you both during the session and outside of it if you have further questions.
So Katie, if they're in the session, will this be available that they can scan it and do it at Richmond?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
If my time doesn't fill up, like I don't think I'm that popular. But there's only a little bit of time before and after sessions on Friday.
Okay.
But yes, absolutely. People want to spend more time. It's there for everybody.
All right, great. Thank you, Katie.
I have a question.
Whoop.
Quick question. The reports it was talking about bringing your laptop and all.
Yes.
Number one, is there going to be Wi-Fi available? And number two, where are the reports going to be generated from? Like my Rotary or the Rotary website or some secret place or what?
Oh, no, these are all my Rotary reports.
Okay.
And they had Wi-Fi last year. I sure hope they have it again. Otherwise, we might be in trouble.
Okay.
There's definitely Wi-Fi. The Rainbow is the only one that's not on Rotary.org. Is that correct, Katie?
That's true. Yes.
Okay. All right. Does that answer your question, Ken?
Yeah. I was just wondering how to follow along because reports are my weak point.
Okay. All right. The third workshop session is going to be global and district grants, and we got ARRFC Geetha and our grants coordinator Lou Mello, and well, and a bonus. We got Dawn Rochelle, and I think Lou's going to talk a little bit about why she's on this session. So, Lou, take it away.
Sure, Bernie. Dawn is joining us, and she is a new cadre, and she's going to give a little information about the cadre function and hers specifically. So we'll probably spend a few minutes on cadre. We're going to spend about 10 minutes on district grants, basically getting some information from the districts represented as to how they process district grants. I've learned in the past that some districts have extremely different ways of approaching this, and we want to have not a consensus, but just how do people do their district grants and maybe get some best practices. And we'll spend the majority of the time, maybe 45, not 40, about 35 of the minutes on global grants. And basically it's going to be how to answer people's questions and show them where the answers are in general, and then answer any specifics that folks have in the session. I also want to talk about how districts can share their DDF as needed, and maybe this year 7730 gives something to 7720, and then 7720 gives something to 6990, etc. We have done some of that basically by emails, and there has been some success. But I think this is something that we need to bring out in the open a bit, just to have everybody share their ideas about sharing DDF. And that's it.
Wow, we are zipping along. Lou, thank you so much. That was very good. That's the least I've ever heard you speak.
I'm practicing.
Very nice, very nice. And that's me saying that of all people. So thanks, Lou. All right. Our last workshop is working together. Angela Jameson, who is our foundation newsletter editor, and Carolyn Mudgett, who is our social media person. So who's on? Who's doing this?
I think I am. I
Oh.
don't think Angela's here.
Okay, well then, let's
Well,
see. Out of the two, I guess you got it, Carolyn.
I guess I got it.
Whoop.
Well, Angela has been very busy with pets or pals. And so we met on Monday with we have a draft and we're working on it. We have a working title. It is going to be alliterative and hopefully catchy. District Dream Work, Donors, Do-Gooders, and Digital Buzz. And we are going to talk about putting it all together. So the session on Saturday morning is going to just cement what we're doing. We're going to work on everyone getting the membership foundation and public image as one connected system, not separate silos, and identify maybe a district goal that lives in the overlap of those three areas, and leave with a joint experiment to try in the next Rotary year, and to share with zone leaders what information or support that they most need. And I think we're maybe going to do like a couple of little breakouts, or at least one, and make it fun, interesting, and exciting. And that's all I got.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you, Carolyn. Appreciate that. All right. Well, man, we zipped through this. We got through 9 sessions in record-breaking time, and I appreciate that. So I don't know, Al, have you monitored the chat box?
I have monitored the chat box, and right now there are no questions in the chat box, but maybe somebody would like to unmute themselves and ask a question directly.
Right. Let me stop the share here. Bring everybody back. Okay. And let's just open it up for questions, comments. Like I said, some of this stuff is not cast in concrete, and we're looking for suggestions that we can include or not include, or get your opinion on things. So yes, Ken.
Two things. One is you said the Rainbow Report is not on my Rotary or the Rotary website, but I know you send it out quite regularly. And I'd like to get, while I'm there, I'd like to get a better understanding of that report and how to read it and what it means. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out, but that's one of the things. And the other thing I was thinking about is, since these sessions are concurrent with one another, it's hard to kind of want to go to all of them, like especially the ones that are like part 1 and part 2. So that's just a stray comment.
Well, I got to tell you, last year we had more sessions and we had more concurrent sessions, and somebody recommended that we use some technology called the OWL. I don't know if you've heard about it. We actually tried that, and I'll be honest, I don't think it worked very well. Katie, would you agree with that?
Yeah, it was so-so.
Yeah. Yeah, because we thought the OWL would give us a way of easily recording, in particular, the workshops. And that way you could watch them later. And I looked at some of it did not work very well. I would just suggest that you can, if you have other people coming from your district, if you have Paul Harris Society chairs or annual giving chairs, or people like that, I would think they'd want to definitely be in those breakout in the workshop sessions to take advantage of. And on the Rainbow Report, I do send it out. It's something that I put together every month, and I do send it out via email. It is in the Dropbox. If you're familiar with our Zone 3334 Dropbox, there is a folder there for Rainbow Reports. So unless I'm for some reason I'm not keeping it up to date, but I think I am keeping it up to date, you can download the rainbows at any time. They're all there for the whole year, and even last year for the Rainbow Reports. And I know, Katie, I think that's like maybe the first one up according to your schedule. Is it not?
It sure is. Lloyd's going to talk about the Rainbow Report and what's included in it, what to look for when you send it out, Bernie.
Right.
And how to get to the Dropbox and access it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good note. We will add that in.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, any other comments?
Bernie, a comment. I appreciate you going over what we will be doing in Richmond, because I think as I are trying to I have several folks that are going to be coming is what I call divide and conquer based on the subjects and making sure we do cover
Yep.
just about everything there. So this is helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, and I would, the other thing about this, and I should have mentioned this in the beginning, we really go for of course, the DG line, DRFCs, but the foundation is so different. I mean, we have so many committee chairs within the under the DRFC. And I'll tell you, it's not just the learning sessions, it's not just that, but there's going to be a lot of very interesting people. There always are at these seminars. And a lot of times the people, these chairs don't get a chance to mingle and meet the people. They may hear a name, but they'll never put a face to the name, and they'll probably never even think about calling them. So that's one of the benefits of coming to the seminar, is actually getting to meet some of the people that they wouldn't get the opportunity to meet. And even if it's an annual giving chair talking to another annual giving chair, and just seeing how they do things differently in different districts. I know if you're not at the top level in districts, you don't get to share that kind of stuff very often. And you do it within like a CPETs, or the two different when you do pets, but you're not talking the other foundation people that could take advantage of that. So I just throw that out as we don't seem to talk about that at all. And I think some of the friendships and some of the acquaintances that you meet, and putting a face to some of that and making a contact, is also very important. So, okay, I'm going to stop talking now. Anybody else? Comments? I appreciate that, Joy, you saying that, though. I appreciate that. Yeah. Anybody else? Ralph, you have nothing to say. Ralph, and as a matter of fact, let me ask you something. I think Ralph and his district has more people coming, the last I checked, than any other district to this seminar.
We've got 15 people coming.
Right.
Six of them, 7 of them are from my foundation team.
And why are you asking them? Why are they coming, Ralph?
To do exactly what we have been talking about, participating in all of the workshops, so that the annual fund chair talks there. We've got the district grants person over there. We've got the Polio Plus person over there. So they get firsthand knowledge directly from the workshops that we're doing and interacting with other counterparts from other districts.
So there's something for everybody? I know.
There is something for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
We have the DG, the DGE, the DGN, the DGND, and some wannabes that want to be DGs all coming.
Well, you said 15. Is that the number currently?
I think it's up to 15, yeah.
That's
Of course, the best person that's on that list is my wife.
Oh, yeah. And it's probably mandatory for her, so you can't count her.
True.
Joy, I think he just threw the gauntlet down, though. I think
Oh, Lord. Well, you can imagine I've been busy in conversations going, okay, we got this event coming up. I need folks there. So I'm working on it. So go, Ralph.
Hey, I've got a surprise item for the auction in October.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
There is a rivalry, in case you don't know, between 7600 and 7610. I'm just trying to work on that rivalry a little bit. And
you're stirring stuff up.
Yeah, yes, that too. That too. More comments. This is good. Now, this is really good. The interaction is really good. Anybody else? Comments?
I just want to say I really am looking forward to seeing everybody in person again. This will be my last year. Everybody welcomed me with open arms, and I'm new to the zone. So I really appreciate that, and I can't wait to see y'all again. So that's all I got to say.
Thank you. See, that's what I'm talking about. We don't ever talk about that part of the seminar, but it is very important to make those to make those acquaintances. Okay.
Question.
Ken, you again. Ken, it's you. Another
No,
question. This is your
but
third question.
this is, I guess, for Stephen Beer about the endowment part. The way when he was going over that, the way I kind of understood it is that they're going to go over um, how to contribute to your own personal endowment within Rotary, the Rotary Foundation structure, or more like how do you go out and get other people to get involved with the endowment?
It's about how you get other people involved in the endowment. How do you um, inform people about the endowment and what it does, and motivate them to be a part of that, to make a legacy or make a major gift.
Got it. Okay. So it's more outward looking, huh?
Right, right. It's a challenge, but that's but we're here to meet challenges.
Right, right. Okay.
And
Thank
who all is in that session again, Stephen?
It's me, it's Lori, it's John Teich,
Okay.
Lori Menzel and I.
Okay.
Hey,
Just three
Bernie.
of us.
Yeah.
Yes, Lori.
Bernie, can I highlight a group of people that are going to be there?
Sure.
Okay, so we have what we call the Major Gift Initiatives advisors, and so they are selected globally to serve with fellow Rotarians, and they work on fundraising for specific areas of focus. And our zone 3334, especially zone 33, has a lot of them now. We're going to have some of them with us at this weekend, and so I encourage you to take a moment and chat with them. They are there to help you with, especially with fundraising in those specific areas. They do serve globally, so they can serve and work with your district, but they also can work with any district. Tonight we do have Rich Carson with us, who is starting on July 1st in community economic development, and so he's looking forward to getting going on that. But we also have Geetha is not with us tonight, but she's disease prevention and treatment, along with Ann Evans. We also have Don Brashears, who won't be with us on the weekend, but he is basic education and literacy. Juanita Colley is coming on in July for the environment. And then last but not least is Claire Montanez from 7620 also, and she's going to be doing water, sanitation, and hygiene. So these are great resources for you. They may not all be there that weekend. They are on the contact card, so you can always reach out to them. But if you have something special going on in your district, maybe it's for WASH or Bell, they're great resources. They can come speak, they can talk to donors, all those kind of things in those areas of focus. So we have a lot of them. Sometimes zones don't have any. So we're really fortunate to have this great resource for you when it comes to fundraising for those specific areas of focus.
Thank you, Lori. We went from having 3, we doubled it to having next year, starting July 1st, we will have 6. And I doubt very much they serve on worldwide international committees, and it covers all these zones in the Rotary world. And I'll bet you there is not another zone that comes close to having 6 MGIAs, Major Gift Initiative Advisors. And I would also say this. I know Rich is on tonight, but it's also important for the MGIAs to come to this so that people get to see who they are, because a lot of times they have no idea what an MGIA does or who they are or how they fit, and it's a big time responsibility. So I think it's good so Rich, when you talk to your buds, all the MGIAs, tell them that it is important that they come. And I'm not sure, Juanita and Clara, I'm not sure about them. Don, I know is not going to be here, but Ann, Geetha, Rich, I don't know. Rich, do you know if Clara or Juanita's coming?
Claire's not coming tonight.
No. Well, not
No,
tonight. I mean, at the seminar, May 1 and 2.
I don't think she's coming to the seminar.
Okay. All right. All right. Any other comments? You're curiously quiet. You?
I'm a newbie here, and granted, I was a director of development for a college for a number of years, but taking on this role in our district is going to be a great project to have a major giving program over the next couple of years in particular. I mean, it's a 3-year thing, but I know I'll be okay for Ken and for Jazzy. I'm just not sure about person following Jazzy. We'll see.
Well, thank you for stepping up. We really appreciate you stepping up to do it. You know, we didn't say anything. John, I've never seen you this quiet.
Just sitting and listening. Just sitting and listening.
It's very much unlike you to do that, though. That's I guess what I'm saying.
Everybody else has much better things to share than me, so I've always learned if you don't got anything good to share, just sit back and listen.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not trying to push this longer than it needs to be, but I don't want to do that. Are there any other comments or anything that want to say something for the good of the order before we bring this to a close? Anybody? Anybody? I'm looking around. Anybody? Okay. All right. Well, thank you all very much for coming. And like I said, I will one more, just don't delete the email right away. I'm going to send you an email tomorrow. It'll have the link to everybody will get it, and it'll have the PowerPoint as an attachment. I think it's a pretty big PowerPoint, so I have to work that out, how we're going to do that. But and with that, if there's no more comments, thank you so much. Really appreciate everybody coming tonight, and see you in Richmond.